Hello and welcome to the back nine of round one of the 2024 Waco Annual Charity Open. It's our second DGPT Elite Series event, our first DGPT Plus, meaning it's an extra day, 4 days instead of 3. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hot geese.
Honk. All right, take a breath and look at these shirts. Everything is bigger in Texas except these, which you can order in a variety of sizes. JomezPro.com/shop just to commemorate, love that word, the Texas Swing.
Yeah, we got 4 in a row here, and this is the first, and we love the Beast. We're watching Eveliina Salonen, Kristin Tattar, Chantel Budinsky, and Valerie Mandujano, Texas native, attack the Beast. We've gotten through most of the wooded holes. We have a couple more in the back nine before we finish out in a mostly wide open track.
And as you can see, if you did not watch the front nine, Chantel and Valerie finding some trouble on the last hole. Any of these holes can get you. This is kind of the most open wooded one, though. It's a really pretty fairway. You're looking to throw something pretty big. So full speed driver, usually you kind of turn something to the right of these trees where the drone is flying. Just try to land in the middle and then pitch something up. It's only 491, so this is one you absolutely want to get. Common mistakes are just throwing something too straight that hyzers too early and ending up on the left side and having to scramble from over there.
It's crazy how going left can sometimes even add a couple strokes just trying to get back out to the center of the fairway.
That looks pretty
That's
close
fine.
to perfect for Eveliina, and she's in a good spot. That was a Star Destroyer.
Yeah, you want to have a balance here because big distance, of course, you're going to be closer to the basket with a shorter approach, but you just don't want to go wild. It's really important to have that control and land somewhere near the middle.
Yeah. You're not like fully opening up like you're going to in the later holes.
Kristin's far enough that being that close to the left side is probably okay.
It'll probably be one of those turnover forehands, though, versus, I don't know if she'll have a backhand look. We'll see. Chantel, a little lower and straighter than the other ladies, but should have a look for birdie.
That's that controlled
Totally.
approach to the hole.
Just be in the center. Oh. And that's kind of the other common mistake is just hitting those trees instead of going to either side, typically the right side. And this is kind of an awkward little tunnely shot from over here. That tree on the right can catch you up. Chantel does a good job of it. You can see the pin perched on another hill here can make for some difficult putting.
Yeah, and being to that left side is the best place to mistake if you're going to make one. Wow, what a recovery shot.
Yeah, really nice. Wow, Eveliina's so far up here.
It's still a really tricky shot. She's having to flex a little Annie, slower disc shot up to the green.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Called it.
Called it.
It's nice when you get a few right. Makes the people trust you.
And she's going to be just outside the bullseye for birdie.
Chantel, it looks like she's outside, but sometimes the camera lies. She is. She took a step.
Ooh, wow.
Big putt. Is that her third one of the round?
I think
Circle
so.
2 putt so far.
We told y'all at the beginning. She's good at putting.
It's so nice, too, that, she seems to not really be nervous and is just playing into her, strong set of skills. And
look at Valerie managing to get a birdie as well after a not so perfect tee shot.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you know what it's looking like.
It sure is. This is a good one to do it on.
Yeah.
Yay. Star frame.
$25 donated to Edge. Good job, ladies.
40% of the field got that one. And everyone on our feature card.
Owen holding strong, 6 down through 10. Ella not far behind at 5 down.
Hole 11, 279 feet, but it does play slightly uphill, closer to the 300-foot range, but it is super tight and a very deliberate type of a shot. You want something that goes either, if you're going to throw a backhand, straight for a long time with a nice little slow or a nice little late turn, or you can flex one up the right side, take a chance, a little bit more risky, but you're going to deal with that flare skip that goes into the woods on the left side, and it can get tricky. If you have it, the distance or the forehand is the play here.
Ella, I believe that's a link a putter. Definitely some tough putting from over there. In practice, did you see she tried to go like over the top Anheuser and I think yanked it into the field where the volunteers park? It's very funny. Check out our Instagram. What a putt from Ella. I would love to see how small that window is that she just went through. She's psyched.
There is nothing over there.
Obviously, there is, like a 10 by 2 inch window that she went through. Just a little slot.
And that's very steep uphill. That was such a great putt.
Eveliina going star Mako 3 here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Is that, there's that OB sidewalk, but I think she's safe.
Love the forehand here.
So smooth and powerful from Kristin.
Oh my gosh, that's
Dang.
so good.
It's a grand glory. Oh man. Late release from Chantel. And she's, caught up very early as well.
Valerie trying to work that left side.
Yeah, it looks like she was trying to get a little bit more turn on it. Had the right amount of power. This is not the easiest shot here to save par. Gets very guarded at the end, but that's looking good. Oh, so close.
Man.
So close.
Right in where I think Ella just putted from. Eveliina has not much to work with over here. Going to a forehand roller, that is a Hail Mary.
Oh.
What?
My.
Are you serious?
Does she know? Look at her. Yes, let's see this again. Wow.
Look at
you
her
ramp up like a Hot Wheels.
And stay on top of the hill. Look how close to the edge of that downslope the basket is. That is just...
Scramble shot of the day.
That's just...
Maybe the weekend.
Yeah, that's shot of the day. That is crazy. Valerie trying her own forehand roller, and she does find her way right on the edge of circle one.
But that's kind of what you expect to see, and Eveliina's was
not.
Just crazy. It's so good.
Chantel going to have to settle for bogey on hole 11. Valerie trying to save her par.
Mm-hmm. Again, don't want to miss low. You see a lot of rollaways on this one.
Yes.
Wow. I guess there's a gap over there.
Yeah, it's just basically wide open.
Look at it. Easy. Kristin with the only birdie on the card. She's starting to put them together. 3 down now.
There were 9 birdies on the day today. Whole average right at even par. Eveliina with the best par of the day.
Yeah, no kidding. What a wild ride that was.
Oh my gosh, that forehand is so pretty.
Mm-hmm. So clean.
Ella going to take the lead after that birdie.
Hole 12, another par 5, but only 609 feet. Most women gonna throw a forehand off the tee, try to land somewhere around here. You can make the backhand work, especially if you're trying to go eagle. You could land here if you throw something crazy. Second shot, you're just trying to get kind of at the base of this hill or up there if you're feeling crazy, but all you have to do is get it around the first corner to the base of the hill and then pitch up, and it can be an easy birdie. It really can, but isn't always, or most of the time maybe.
It averaged at a half stroke over par.
So it can be.
This is one that you're just really wanting to get through. It's the last wooded hole. You're about to be able to go out in the open and, loosen up a little bit. It's usually windy out there too. So you're wanting to stack up the birdies that you can. So I like Erika's approach of just really breaking it off into little small doable chunks.
And Kristin throws the textbook forehand. Eveliina's was close, but pushes the backside just a little bit too much.
This tee shot is the most important shot on the hole, though, because it can really dictate how the rest of the hole's going.
Yeah, it can.
If you get off the fairway early here, it's almost impossible to save a par.
Only if you have a bad attitude.
No, it's a fact.
Chantel pulls her forehand over to the left. This is better than the right side. She can still, I mean, I guess she could birdie if she did something absolutely crazy. Like,
Yeah.
this is pretty good.
This is great.
But the next shot is going to have to be special to get a look.
But yeah, erroring deep is great. So she made the right mistake.
Again, it's better to be on the left side of the fairway. This right side can make it a little tough, and this is where you accidentally get a little greedy. All you need to do is get to the base of the hill, but wouldn't it be nice to be up there? And then you see a lot of women kind of pushing deep. Kristin breaking it up really nicely. She actually asked me what my game plan was, and I think she's copying it.
Who wouldn't?
Dang.
Oh, no. Eveliina, I feel like, was trying to go huge here. She knows she can eagle this hole. She's got the sidearm for it.
This is a terrible stance. Just to pitch out. And
The
kind of
beast.
an awkward angle. Once you get to the top of the hill, what would you say, Mad? Like 100 feet past it?
Yep. That sounds right.
More than you think. Yeah, that did not turn nearly enough for Chantel, and she looks like she's deep on the left side.
Oh, Eveliina going backhand here. Oh, the beast be beastin'.
Yeah, this is the hole to do it on. I feel like this is the hole where you try to be a hero
Oh, yeah.
more than any others. Valerie's third gets it up the hill, not trying to be a hero, being a smart lady.
Yep. Love that play.
And actually, there's kind of a look from over there.
Where
I don't know where we are. I don't. Okay.
All right. There's a couple Mandos you have to worry about here. Chantel's passed both of them. There's some drop zones that we kind of buzz by and we did not mention, but they don't really come into play that much.
The first one can. The second one's so deep in the trees on the right. It's just trying to not let you throw out to the grass parking lot to the right of the hole and then play around the hole.
So Kristin gets up to the green. Eveliina kind of cut roller. She'll be in circle 2 to try to save her bogey. Chantel still with some work to do to get up to the dance floor.
So I was curious since we looked up Eveliina's scores. And last year, Kristin won with a 14 down over 3 rounds. So it'll be interesting to see what people put together out here. I can imagine 14 down in 2 rounds at this course. Eveliina misses on that circle 2 par save attempt. Valerie long look for a birdie.
And very steep uphill, coming up just a little bit short.
Kristin from a similar spot, a little bit closer, also for a birdie. This is right side.
Look at that wind picking up.
Yeah, you can see it. The flag's still, but it's out there.
There were 8 birdies on the day today, but like I said, averaging a half stroke over par, over half the field with a bogey or worse. Whew.
Yeah, I think we'll see some improvements and maybe more conservative plays in round 3. It's so weird that we're playing a different course. Just something to get used to. Kristin taking the lead on our feature card. Oh, and a big tie for first. Wow.
And we are out of the woods into the open. Hole 13, 555 feet. There's that Mando on the right side. Most people not taking the route the drone is flying. They're going to go right along that berm and try to finish out somewhere in the field here or straight if that's what you're into. Your second shot, you just have to navigate all of these little fairway trees. They're just so perfectly placed with these low-hanging branches as well to make you have to think to get to this to the green from the landing zone. I love this hole. I think it's great. I think it's a really appropriate challenge, especially for the FPO field.
It's a nice one out of the woods, too. Like, you can't fully open up But, you can throw a little bit bigger shot. You still have to navigate some trees.
And this is one of those holes that today on a relatively calmer day, we even had a tailwind, which was nice.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that. The reverse wind of normal. Mm-hmm. Usually you're playing this whole stretch into a headwind.
And it makes this whole play easier. It averaged, let's see here, about a quarter of a stroke under par.
Nice.
Whereas this one can play over par easily with a headwind.
Yeah, all our feature card ladies making some quick work of this drive. Chantel not getting quite as far as you want, but she can still get a birdie. It'll just be a full power drive instead of like maybe a fairway driver, or Eveliina can maybe just putt it from there. That was huge. She can't, but it was a really good shot.
We were talking earlier, like, is this a hole that we will see people eagle? And I feel like it's this year maybe, or maybe next year, but we will see an eagle here.
I think hole 2 has a better chance than this one though, because of the Mando and just the way it's
definitely,
shaped.
But on this hole,
yeah,
I think I want to see an eagle
possible.
here.
Well, yeah, I would love to.
I think it's doable.
Okay.
555, some downhill. I think it's there.
Chantel going to work the right side here. And does she get inside the circle? Not quite. Go in.
A really nice
just
forehand
actually
approach.
A perfect approach. Bullseye hit.
Yep. Yeah, see, look at all these fun little trees to work around.
And I mean, they're so close. Like, average FPO throwing more of like at least a mid-range, but more like a fairway driver or
And
even distance driver
probably
shot.
with a run-up. Mm-hmm. Everyone here throwing standstills.
Just pitching. Valerie furthest off the tee. Just teeny little putter shot. Wow. Some of that, you're right, though, is the tailwind helping.
Chantel giving it a valiant effort for her birdie. High on the flagstick. Dead center.
Eveliina putting into kind of a right to left head crosswind.
You could really feel the wind on the screen. It was the first time I thought about it during the round.
Yeah, me too.
Great little comeback putt for Valerie for her par. And Eveliina will do the same. There were 17 birdies on this hole. 35% of the field getting it. We love a tailwind. Kristin going to be the only person on our feature card.
Kristin 4 down now, climbing into the leaderboard. Oh, who's that? Madison Walker?
Honk. Goose on the leaderboard.
Hole 14, par 3, triple Mando. Doesn't really come into play. It's just there. 303 feet. There is a cart path OB on the left. There is a road OB on the right. You see a lot of backhands that kind of turn and go around this final tree here on the right and land near those rocks. Forehand is a really good play, but I feel like it's kind of lost its popularity. Like there used to be more obstacles and stuff, trees in the way blocking the backhand or branches. I'm not sure. I think shape-wise, it is kind of meant to be a forehand, but I think you might see more backhands.
Yeah, it says 303 feet, but I swear
it always feels farther.
Yeah, it
weird.
plays farther. I don't know if it's just slightly uphill, but I just look at that and I'm like, I can throw a forehand 303 feet, but I can't reach this. There's no way. There's that little just slight flex shot that Erika was talking about. I really like the dead straight, like mid-range play as well. There's a good variety of options. It's mostly just don't turn that disc over and let it find the road on the right.
Kristin absolutely parked it. Another textbook shot, orbit rive on her first one. Chantel, a little low. I think she's in circle 2. It's fine.
I feel like that's pretty common here. A lot of FPO competitors finding circle 2. 77% of the field landing in circle 2 for birdie.
Eveliina gets caught up on that final tree, also going to be circle 2. Look at that wind.
And it's just crazy at 300 feet that 70, almost 3/4 of the field only getting to circle 2.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like this course so much. They're well-designed holes.
Eveliina has to take a knee. She has some low ceiling going into effect as well. And then that wind. Valerie not quite able to battle that right to left cross as well. She's tickling the left side chains.
Nice comeback putt from Eveliina.
Look at that flag straight out.
Yeah, you could see how much spin she popped on that thing. And here is Kristin's near tap in. She's on bullseye's edge.
Yep.
Moves to 5 down.
There were 13 birdies today.
Kristin getting 4 out of the last 5 holes. Watch out, ladies.
Warming up, just slowly climbing up the leaderboard.
I don't know, it's getting kind of quick now.
Yeah, it's a sprint now.
She's coming. And our only major change now, we are skipping the old hole 15 that was alongside the road to kind of make room for more vendors and just people. And I mean,
It's a little bit of a safety
people
concern.
have gotten hit too. We've seen on that hole. So
This is old hole 16,
Yep.
and it will now be 15 at 609 feet. Birdieable, but one of the longer par fours on the course. You get to really just unload off the tee here. It's super wide open. You can find the parking lot or the fence out of bounds, but the OB is not something you're really worrying about until the second shot. That sidewalk on the right can come into play depending on how you decide to approach this green. It's low ceiling, so going dead straight at it is not a super viable option. We will see people doing it, but a lot of people trying to go hyzer around to the right side, which brings that sidewalk into play. Forehand is great as well. Let's watch Ella from the chase card.
I kind of thought she was going to do a big roller, but instead it's just a big air shot.
Huge air shot.
I like that right side too.
I wonder if the roller's like a little scary here because of that sidewalk out of bounds right there.
Yeah,
I think they could,
probably.
people that throw rollers could reach it.
Ella at 5 down. Looks like she got a bogey a couple holes ago. Got to move to 6 through 15.
She made that hole look so easy.
Yeah. I hope she can. I mean, it'd be cool if she was in the running to win it after last year being so close.
That was a real heartbreaker.
Still looking for that Elite Series win. Probably not tired at all of people talking about how she hasn't done it yet.
Kristin with a pretty textbook hyzer shot up the right side. They added these little tiny trees in the middle of the fairway that surprisingly come into play.
If you like hyzer out left a little bit, they are actually right in the way.
You can see Valerie committing to the left side, going way out there. I like this play.
I did it today, but yeah, those trees are kind of...
Are they in the way?
A little bit. I'm going to go more right.
I haven't done it. I've thought about it.
The second shot on the right, either brings that sidewalk into play for sure a little bit, but the line is better, I think.
Chantel with a nice hyzer flip, getting some good turn and some nice carry way out on the right side.
This is kind of the only hole where you can really just throw it as hard as you want on the entire property, which is pretty crazy. It's hole 15. We've been out here for hours.
And then we get to finally let one rip.
Yeah.
Chantel having to throw...
she's way right side.
Yeah, a little more of a turnover. This is...
I like a little more left than that.
Uh-huh. Kind of a scary shot. It doesn't look like she's trying to get too aggressive.
It's just tough because in the tailwind, to try to get something to hold that turn is going to be very difficult. She gets caught up, but it should be an easy par.
Oof. And Valerie on the extreme opposite side, way left.
Yeah.
Far enough that the little tree didn't really come too much in play.
She was way over there.
It did.
And had an open line. She's in circle 2 somewhere.
Yeah, it did make that second shot really long.
Mm-hmm. Kristin, so you can see you got the forehand, or you can go out to the right with the backhand. This is ideal.
Ella's drive was, 80 feet past this?
Yeah, a
Crazy.
little chip up. Yeah, nice to give it some perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin pitches up with a forehand at 12 feet.
Eveliina throwing the putter approach
Oh,
beautifully
yeah.
like she does.
This is another one that typically plays as one of the easiest holes for FPO, I believe.
Yeah, 40% of the field getting it today, about a third of a stroke under par. Chantel with some tree love. That was heading straight towards out of bounds.
Valerie with a long look for 3. Strong run, just comes up short left. Chantel for par. Nice.
Yeah, this played as the second easiest hole of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie making good on her comeback putts, but just not quite able to string together any birdies.
Not like this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin Tattar moves to 6 down,
Another
which
one
is
bites
where
the dust.
Ella just ended up after this hole.
You got a tie at the top.
Eveliina going to move to 2 down.
Still looking solid, but just still, again, not quite stringing together the birdies yet.
And we got a couple difficult holes coming up.
Mm-hmm. These are the round ruiners.
Owen Scoggins also in that tie for the top.
Some of my favorite discs in my bag are the A-Series discs. They're the ones I lean on to get close to the basket. These are torque-resistant discs, provide a consistent fade at the end of the flight. The best way to find your flight is to get out and use these discs yourself.
Check it out, a new hole at the Beast. Has this ever happened before? Oh my gosh, I feel so honored. Hole 16 at par 3, 285 feet. We are going down this tunnel shot, pretty crowded in here. You see some backhand turnovers, you see some straight shots, just concessions for par. Honestly, it is so difficult to get something through here, to get a real putt. I haven't seen a lot of forehands, but that's a viable option. Honestly, to go for the birdie, you're trying to go spike hyzer. Unfortunately, it was a left to right wind today, so like I practiced with Ella and she was like, oh, spike hyzer all day. But with the left to right wind, it doesn't really make sense because the OB on the water is right along the tree line. Here's Paige going for it here.
Yeah, and imagine if you have to take it from there. There's just nothing.
No,
you can't even really
it's a
pitch
nightmare.
out.
Yeah.
Is she safe?
Yeah, she parked it.
Wow.
That's so good. I could almost get that to work. You know, I got real average power and I was landing about 50 feet short and there's still branches there. Kind of right where Ella is now, actually. I bet Ella goes for it next time. This doesn't look so fun. It really was a bad win for it, though.
I feel like this should be called the concession for par hole. Like it's not. It's you just. There's no real good way to attack it
Yeah, I think maybe just a couple more trees
besides the pageway.
besides going spike hyzer.
Yep.
But it's a new hole. It's not a bad hole. It's
Yeah, we have
just new.
We have a shorter tee pad from MPO, so you know there was attempts to make it a great hole, and it's cool. It's just kind of a weird shot shape. The late flipping backhand, while it makes sense on paper, once you actually go down this fairway and look back at the tee pad, it's like
It's too much of a right angle.
Yeah, this is not. That's not a shot that discs can fly.
Like this is one of the better shots I've seen, and still not a real look.
Yeah, even if she had gotten through, it would have been edge of circle one.
And now that I'm thinking about it, like you saw Kristin trying to go for it, it's not a great forehand shot shape.
No, it's not.
So I think, a little bit of cleaning up, it'll get there. I'm amazed they fit a hole back here in this corner.
And I really like the idea.
I love the idea.
And it's kind of nice, as long as you don't have too many, it's nice to have a par 3 where you're playing for par.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of the only one out here. So overall, 1 thumbs up.
Yep.
Not 2.
1 out of 2.
Yeah, so the scale. I needed everyone to know what my scale was.
And it's, I kind of like the idea of a circle 2 birdie hole. You throw a perfect shot and you have to make your circle 2 putt as well.
Yeah. Dang. Valerie finding some trouble on the approach. I mean, Kristin too, everyone kind of really struggling just to get up there.
In the practice round, I was like, this hole's going to wreck people.
Yeah.
It's just...
Like, it's tempting just to throw a straight putter off the tee and make it a 2-shot hole, which feels so lame.
It does.
At under 300 feet.
But even then, you could still catch that last big corner
You can.
tree and
I
not
sure
get
did.
inside the circle.
Unlike I thought it was a perfect approach shot. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I think we'll see how people's game plans dial in. And But right now, you can see it just destroying everyone on our feature card.
Yeah.
It averaged at point.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
I like the little bounce it did. Kristin dunks it for a bogey.
It averaged at about 3/4 of a stroke over par.
Look at how powerful this putt is. Boom.
Yes.
3/4?
Yep, 3/4 of a stroke over par. It was the 3rd hardest hole of the day.
Did anyone else birdie it besides Paige?
Nope.
Dang.
The one and only.
Wow, I'm glad we got to see it. Oh, great putt from Valerie to save par. She's had a few of those today.
It says 7. No, wrong hole. Sorry. Only one person got to circle 1, and only 5 people got to circle 2
Wow.
out of 48 competitors. It's scary to go for that big hyzer because the Brazos doesn't give disc back.
No, it
You don't throw
doesn't.
one in there and just see it later. Nope, it's gone.
Plus, as you said, then you have to take it from a really inconvenient spot.
I think we'll see a drop zone maybe in next year's. Hole 17, one of the most famous holes in disc golf, I feel like.
Yeah.
You want to throw a forehand right here and land somewhere around these center trees on top of the hill. You could do a backhand turnover as well. Going deep of them is fine, but there is out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side that wraps around the backside as well. You can see obviously all this water is out of bounds. There's also an advertisement wall along the right-hand side, turning it into a big peninsula. You're throwing downhill at this very narrow peninsula, and it's always windy, always.
Headwind, though, this time. Usually it's a tailwind. And this is such an interesting hole because you see the forehand, you see mid-range straight shot. Oh, man, Eveliina OB. You see this gap shot here. You see backhand and hyzers. Like, you can see it all. Oh, no. Valerie flips up. I think she's safe.
Yeah, right on the edge.
Oof.
But it's not a good place.
Fast that disc turn.
And even if she is safe, it's not where you want to be at all.
And you can see the wind just taking these things towards the OB. Those are atypical mistakes.
Kristin with the ideal shot, I think, for the hole, a nice big forehand that lands right in those middle trees.
She must be writing the textbook for this course because that is like
That's it.
the fourth time. It's like, yes, that is what you do.
So if you want to know what to do, you can see Valerie, she just has to pitch out on her second shot, which puts a lot of pressure on her third.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Could you be more dramatic?
That is my job.
And there's some rocks down here, I think, that are a good place to pitch up to. What Chantel's doing isn't bad, but sometimes these pick up and roll.
Yeah, look
You
how
can see there's,
close that out of bounds is.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of weird in between these trees.
It is weird. Kind of surprised to see her trying to force a run up here. And that's a nice safe play. She doesn't quite hang it out as much as she could have.
What do you mean safe? That's friggin' sick. She's in
Circle
the circle.
two. Yeah.
She's circle's edge. Oh my gosh, just agree.
That was a safe play.
Yeah, it was.
She could have been a little more off.
I guess.
This is not safe. That's
No.
going huge.
You're right. At least it crossed in bounds. Next time I split some trees and land inside the circle, I'll be like, yeah, that was a safe one.
She's in circle too. Valerie with a nice conservative play as well.
Yeah, I will agree with you this time. Chantel throwing 4. Probably, what do you think, like 200-ish away?
Maybe just a little bit more, but it feels like forever.
Yeah, it stretches out in the movies.
Valerie, death putt.
Yeah, hard to fully commit to that one. The water's maybe 20 feet tops behind it. Less?
Mm-hmm. And you just see so many rollaways here.
Dang. Chantel just a bit low. You could see it.
That wind
The wind
played with
kinda,
it.
Yeah, drop it. Dang, she is in circle too. So conservative. Left side chains, but Kristin stays close for a par. And yeah, we love a par on 4.
We do. It averaged at over 3/4 of a stroke over par.
Wow. Yeah, par, it kind of feels like a birdie.
It was the most difficult hole of the day.
I think that's always true when we play here.
Yep, there were 5 birdies and 50% of the field with a bogey or worse.
Ouch. It's so tough, whether you've played this for years and you're used to the other wind, or we had really ideal practice days, and then all of a sudden you're confronted with that headwind on a very difficult tee shot. Probably messed with a lot of people's game plans today.
But what's cool is even though this hole can wreck you, and it has wrecked everyone, we all know it, it's still such a fair hole.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what makes it awesome.
I love this hole. I
Yep.
think they should always, I don't think they should make any changes.
Nope.
Hole 18. It is possible to go across the water and go for the eagle. We've seen it before, or just getting across there can make for an easy upshot. Most women, though, going to lay up on this left side. At 468 is kind of one of those tweener par 4s, but it's nervy. You can see OB water, OB cart path left on the approach shot, OB deep, OB left, more water over there. So you see, I guess probably a lot of like fairway, really stable fairway driver. Or mid-range approaches, but probably fairways today. Ella, I think that's her tactic. This is the play. You see some women go a little bit farther on the layup, but there's no huge advantage. This is kind of far back, though.
Yeah, and she's on that hill, too. It makes it so difficult.
The down run up, trying to throw up. What a shot, though.
That's great. And she has a putt uphill instead of back towards the water.
Ella finishes with a 7 down on that one.
Looking so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, did you see her lifts in the off season? She's super strong.
This is one of those holes that in practice you're like, man, this is just an absolute breeze. It's no problem. And then you get here on the tournament day and it's a little windy and you're like, okay, wow. That OB deep is kind of close, actually.
Yeah. Again, a headwind. Usually you can kind of throw at the water and trust your stable disc to fade, but mine landed like just short and went really straight. It was a stable disc, man. Like,
the wind was ripping.
Yep. Kristin, textbook.
Perfect. Right in the middle, not on the hill. You only need about 200 feet to get across the water on your second shot. You can throw a standstill.
Yeah, I'd say on a non-windy day, you're throwing a putter most of the time, maybe a mid.
Eveliina just smashes this.
Yeah.
It's way down there.
Valerie also going pretty big here.
Yeah, trusting their disc right along that OB line.
Yeah, Kristin landing kind of in the more, I would say, typical spot.
Those are all great drives, all out in the flat.
Kind of a left to right wind now at this point. Just need to give the disc enough height, and you need to throw pretty stable. Or oh wow, Chantel's gonna go right at it. That's cool. Get there. Ooh.
Hey.
I was gonna say, with the left to right, you want to throw like really stable to fight the wind. If you're throwing, you usually see a backhand hyzer.
Yeah, Kristin doesn't care about the wind. She's still going to throw a sidearm, and
love
it's
this.
still great.
Fantastic. That should be an easy birdie. Kristin should end at 6, pending some sort of horrible disaster.
A really nice approach shot from Valerie as well.
Yeah,
Just
hits the koozie.
nestled.
Man, these are some big layup shots. I guess it does make it really nice and easy down there. Gonna finish with a star frame?
Wow.
That's cool.
We love to see it.
This has to be, did you already say one of the easier ones of the day as well?
It is about a 1/10 of a stroke over par.
Oh, really?
Yep.
People found the OBs.
Yeah, I think the headwind.
Yeah.
It's different from what we're used to seeing, and definitely can make the drive a little difficult.
I'm surprised, though. All right, nice little star frame finish for the feature card. Kristin Tattar really catching fire in the back 9.
Yeah, turning up the volume as she went.
She got 6 birdies, 1 bogey? Dang.
Own, though, going to come in with an 8.
Yeah, she is.
Wow. Ella just behind that with the 7. We got to watch her a few times, and we're going to get to watch her again all day tomorrow. Kristin Tattar and Natalie Ryan going to round out our lead card tomorrow at the very new Lake Waco golf course. We're going to play there tomorrow, and then we have day 3 returning to the Beast.
And then a cut.
Yep, and we don't really know what to expect from Lake Waco. We've played practice rounds out there, but I don't know how it's going to score.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. You guys tune in, come hang with us, and come see what happens at the new course for the first time ever out here at the Waco Annual Charity Open, presented by Prodigy Discs. You get 3 more rounds with us, so get excited as you watch all these scores. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'm Madison Walker.
You don't have anything else to say?
Nope. I think
I'm
I ran
Erika
out.
Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.